If all the world's a stage, then these actors own it. Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 actors you didn't know were Shakespearean trained.
A few containers of supplies. The Queen's wardrobe maybe, but not enough for you to barter with. Not in the amounts you're talking about.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at famous actors who you may not have realised were classically trained, studying and performing Shakespeare on the stage before making their big breaks.
But do you understand why I had to kill him?
Oh, where's the old way?
The man who passes a sentence should swing the sword.
Number 10. Sean Bean. On the big screen, he claimed his place in pop culture history as Boromir in The Lord of the Rings, and TV audiences know him as Ned Stark from Game of Thrones, but Sean Bean cut his teeth in the theatre.
I, Eddard, of the House Stark, Lord of Winterfell and Warden of the North, sentence you to die.
He made his professional debut in 1983 in a stage production of Romeo and Juliet at Newbury's Watermill Theatre, having previously trained at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts.
One does not simply walk into Mordor.
And, like most on today's list, Bean has also been a member of the Royal Shakespeare Company.
Did you ever ask why? Why we toppled all those dictators, undermined all those regimes? Only to come home. Well done, good job, but sorry, old boy. Everything you risked your life and limb for has changed.
Number 9. Ralph Fiennes.
It's you. Thank you, you sweet, kind man.
Ralph Nathaniel Twistleton Wycombe Fiennes, yes, that is his full name, is another graduate of the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts, with training which included significant swathes of Shakespearean acting.
Harry Potter is dead. From this day forth, you put your faith in me.
He first rose to prominence in the National Theatre and later with the Royal Shakespeare Company, where he won widespread praise. Of course, Fiennes gained global fame for his work in Steven Spielberg's Schindler's List, and has since worked under some of film's finest directors.
The truth, Helen, is always the right answer.
But he returned to Shakespeare for his directorial debut, masterminding the 2011 adaptation Coriolanus.
Oh, slave. Cut me to pieces, Volskis!
Number 8. Clive Owen.
It's all you ever used to do.
That was 20 years ago. I'm a lot more successful now.
To yet another Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts alumnus, Clive Owen played the young Vic after graduating from the Royal Academy, where he'd regularly perform Shakespeare.
I got the coat. The white coat.
He garnered critical acclaim and a mainstream following after breaking through with various TV roles in the late 80s and early 90s, and is now a familiar face to moviegoers the world over. Thanks in part to his classical beginnings, Owen's one of the UK's most versatile talents, boasting diverse roles in films like Closer, Sin City and Children of Men.
Whatever you say.
Number 7. Alfred Molina.
Peter was right. I miscalculated.
You might know Molina as the comic book villain Doc Ock in Spider-Man 2, or as the insane bathrobe-wearing drug dealer in Boogie Nights, or as the deceitful Satipo in Raiders of the Lost Ark. This guy's filmography is a long list of fan favourites.
Love that song.
Molina decided at an early age that he would become an actor, and was a member of the National Youth Theatre. From there, his early stage credits include parts in Henry IV Part 1 and Richard III.
Christ sacrificed his life for the betterment of humanity. So too may be the fate of his seed.
Number 6. Rosamund Pike.
Oh, so you write for a men's magazine. God, does that make you an expert on being a man?
Her performance in David Fincher's Gone Girl brought this talented actress critical and popular acclaim, but in her early years, Rosamund Pike was actually turned down by a series of stage schools, before finally finding success.
Muriel, I've never wanted anything like I want this.
Before a role in Die Another Day kick-started her film career, Pike took to the stage to gain valuable experience with various significant parts, including as Juliet in the National Youth Theatre production of the famous Shakespeare tragedy.
Well, drowning you didn't seem to work. I'll have to try something more to the point.
Number 5. Andy Serkis. A pioneer for motion capture performance, it's Andy Serkis behind the faces, movements and voices of some of cinema's most iconic CGI characters.
What did you call me?
including Gollum in Lord of the Rings and Caesar in Planet of the Apes. But before all of that, he trod the boards at the Duke's Playhouse in Lancaster, where he performed in a wide variety of roles from Shakespeare to Brecht. Serkis boasts a particularly unique acting skill set, but even he channeled the bard in his early days.
A cur's weakness, properly manipulated, can be a sharp tool.
Number 4. Tilda Swinton. She's one of the world's most distinct and distinguished actresses, and one of the UK's most adaptable performers.
More bold and free, her bared bosom she doth broad display.
She joined the Royal Shakespeare Company in 1984, shortly after graduating from Cambridge University, and so started her celebrated career, beginning with a role in Measure for Measure.
Why are you doing this to me?
To show you just how much you don't know.
Swinton has since become synonymous with art house and independent films, but she balances the indie flicks with big budget Hollywood productions too. From Orlando to The Ancient One, she can master all manner of roles.
This is so disappointing.
Number 3. Ewan McGregor.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Our third place thespian found fame under director Danny Boyle as the heroin-addled Mark Renton in Trainspotting.
Doesn't it make you proud to be Scottish?
It's shite being Scottish!
But as his varied career proves, McGregor is a very versatile performer, capable of switching from junkie to Jedi and everything in between. A graduate of the Guildhall School of Music and Drama in London, he still takes to the stage every so often, and his most prominent Shakespearean role came as the evil Iago in a 2007 production of Othello, opposite Chiwetel Ejiofor in the title role. Number 2. James McAvoy.
There's so much more to you than you know. Not just pain and anger. It's good too, I felt it.
Known for playing a young Charles Xavier in the X-Men movies, Glaswegian actor James McAvoy began his career aged 15, and reportedly pursued acting only because of a crush he had on a co-star in The Near Room, his first professional role.
You shagged her, didn't you? You shagged Tommy? Piss off, son.
He graduated from the Royal Scottish Academy of Music and Drama and boasts stage credits across his career for The Tempest and Macbeth. And for one of his more unexpected roles, he is also in a 2003 Bollywood-inspired film adaptation of Romeo and Juliet.
I'm just feeling overwhelmed. Garden variety issues.
Number 1. David Tennant. The 10th Doctor always wanted to act, and Tennant actually lists Doctor Who as one of his earliest inspirations.
I'm the Doctor. I'm a Time Lord. I'm from the planet Gallifrey in the constellation of Casterbarus. I'm 903 years old, and I'm the man who's going to save your lives and all 6 billion people on the planet below.
He took Saturday classes until he was 16, also at the Royal Scottish Academy of Music and Drama, before passing an entrance audition to become a fully fledged student.
Oh, I guess that makes me the winner.
The Scot made his first Royal Shakespeare Company appearance in 1996 in As You Like It. Since then, Tennant's Shakespearean stock has grown and grown, with title roles in Hamlet in 2008 and Richard II in 2013.
For within the hollow crown that rounds the mortal temples of a king keeps death his court, and there the antic sits, scoffing his state and grinning at his pomp.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Watch Mojo UK and subscribe for more great content.